In this video, we'll be looking at when NFL players trash talk and it goes terribly wrong. Let's start the video. Trash talk is one of the best things in sports, but when players talk the talk and do not walk the walk, it is even better. So let's take a look at 3 times when NFL players trash talk and it went terribly wrong for them. Patrick Peterson was viewed as one of the best cornerbacks in 2014. He was flashy and very dominant. He was never afraid of an opponent and eager to call them out, although he might have bit out more than he could chew when he called out a future Hall of Fame wide receiver during Week 13 on November 30th, 2014, when the Arizona Cardinals took on the Atlanta Falcons. Patrick Peterson has out-of-this-world athleticism and skillful technique. There is no receiver that is too big for him, or too fast, or too shifty. He leads the 5th best defense in the league. He knows he is playing amazing and is willing to call out any receiver. Although, this time around, he called out a receiver that you should probably not. Julio Jones is extremely humble, the type of player that lets his play on the field do the talking, which says a lot. Julio Jones has it all. He can catch a slant and run past everyone, jump over corners, and win a contested catch. Julio Jones is regarded as one of the best wide receivers in the league. But Patrick Peterson has his eyes deadlocked on this matchup. When asked about facing Julio and their history, he said, "He won a couple battles, I won a couple battles, but I think for the most part, I won the majority of those battles. An incredible athlete, loved the battle and competition between us. It just brings out the best in both of us." Patrick Peterson called out Julio Jones and claimed the victory over Julio. But how did they stack up against each other in the previous matchups? Julio Jones played rather well all 3 times they faced off in college, but he struggled in the one matchup they played in the NFL. Nonetheless, Patrick Peterson is convinced he has gotten the better of Julio Jones. He is ready to go out there, prove once and for all that he is the better player. With that, the odds are against Julio. He has only cracked 100 yards once in his last 6 matchups. If he wants to play great, he is going to have to give 110% and pull off the improbable. Finally, it is time to see Patrick Peterson and Julio Jones go at it.
Every time he touches the ball. Second and long. Ryan fired. Screen. Ryan looking that way. Going deep for Jones. He makes the catch. Take the bench. So they get down to 35. A good field goal chance. Julio. Ryan's got time. He's getting first down. It's Julio Jones again. And a blitz. Picked up though. They get it to Jones. Julio Jones. Ryan Peterson inside. Ryan. Got a chuck it to Jones. Makes another catch. Issue with a foot injury. Ryan. Gonna go deep for Julio Jones. There's a flag. Ryan. Going to Jones again. And he's got it.
Julio Jones burnt, toasted, and cooked Patrick Peterson. He caught 10 passes for 189 receiving yards and a touchdown. Along with that, Julio Jones was targeted 9 times while Patrick Peterson was covering him. He caught 9 passes for 180 yards and a touchdown, including this touchdown on 2nd and 10 in the first quarter. Patrick Peterson played great coverage, but Julio Jones found a way to score, which gave the Falcons a 16-0 lead. The Falcons ended up beating the Cardinals 29-18. Adding to that, Julio Jones set a new career high in receiving yards this game. Patrick Peterson called out Julio Jones, and Julio quite literally had the best game of his career. To top it off, Julio Jones did not boast in Patrick Peterson's face after his dominant performance. He just stayed humble. Now, let's look at when 2 players at the peak of their careers go at it. Jimmy Graham had an insane amount of hype in the 2013 NFL season. He was the very best tight end and had the most receiving touchdowns out of anyone. He was a key part in the Saints making it to the playoffs and beating the Eagles in the wildcard round. But Jimmy Graham started a fight with an all-time great group of players heading into the divisional round when the New Orleans Saints faced off against the Seattle Seahawks. He riled up the Legion of Boom, the most dominant defense in the NFL. They are the #1 seed in the NFC and they have home field advantage. They inspire fear into any player that dares to go up against them. Although Jimmy Graham did not get that memo, he started practicing where the Seahawks warmed up. So Bruce Irvin, Seattle's linebacker, talked to him politely saying, "We're about to warm up." Jimmy Graham, holding a football, arrogantly replied, "I'm Jimmy." That disrespect sparked Bruce Irvin to say, "Who is Jimmy?" then smacking the ball out of his hand and kicking it across the field, which caused them to get into it. Then Jimmy Graham called out Richard Sherman, Seahawks cornerback, saying that he was going to run them over. Jimmy Graham is not backing down to the Legion of Boom. Adding to that, he has the ability to take over a game. When he catches at least one touchdown, the Saints are 8-3. The Legion of Boom need to stop Jimmy Graham if they want to win. Finally, it is time for Jimmy Graham to face off against the Legion of Boom. The Legion of Boom played near perfect. They held Jimmy Graham to just one catch for 8 yards. They took the very best tight end in the league out of the game. Just look at these plays. They were stopping him any way possible, even taking each other out. The Seahawks beat the Saints 23-15. Jimmy Graham was arrogant and full of confidence, disrespecting the Legion of Boom. In return, they beat him very badly. That was a terrible performance, but this next trash talker was 10 times worse. This is Washington's free safety, LaRon Landry. The only thing you need to know about him is that he hates the Eagles. LaRon Landry is one of the best safeties in the league, and he is also the most aggressive. He plays like he enjoys the violence. Although he took things way too far during Week 10 of the 2010 NFL season, when the Philadelphia Eagles faced off against Washington. The Eagles have the most explosive offense in the league, led by Michael Vick, Deshaun Jackson, and LaShawn McCoy. Every time they step on the field, it is a highlight reel. They easily dominate every defense. Well, almost every defense. When Washington and the Eagles faced off in Week 4 earlier this season, LaRon Landry and Washington's defense held the Eagles to just 12 points, a season low. So when LaRon walked up to the Eagles offense before this Week 10 game, they knew he had nothing good to say. LaRon Landry proceeded to spit on them. I kid you not. Then, as Eagles wide receiver Jeremy Maclin described, 30 was running off at the mouth a little too much. He's supposed to be one of the elite players in the league, but there are certain boundaries that you don't cross, and he definitely crossed them. LaRon then singled out Deshaun Jackson, Eagles star wide receiver, saying, "I'm going to put you asleep." There is no question about it. LaRon Landry is out for blood. This rivalry runs so deep. These two teams consider it life and death. So if we go into the first play of the game.
First play from about the 12, and there is Vick, as you talked about, John, rolling and launching downfield for Deshaun Jackson, who accelerates, caught the opening play, and all the way for a touchdown.
Deshaun Jackson scored on LaRon Landry the first play of the game, 88 yards. This continued as LaRon Landry gave up a total of 112 yards and a receiving touchdown. The Eagles won 59-28. LaRon Landry spit and trash talk, then proceeded to get burnt on the first play and have his defense give up 59 total points. But this performance was more spectacular than that. This is a chart of Washington's top 10 games where they gave up the most points. This game ranked here, the most points in a single game they have given up in their franchise history. LaRon Landry took it way too far, and that fired up the Eagles to have an all-time great performance. Trash talk is amazing. Let's be honest, we all love it. But when a player cannot back up all of what they said, it yields the best result. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe while you are down there. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.